it is paired with. But that was certainly not the case in Mozart's time, as we'll hear in the two pieces on today's podcast. We start with Mozart's 19th Sonata for piano and violin in E-flat major. The sonata was published in 1778 when Mozart was 22 as part of a set of 6 sonatas. These sonatas were actually rather progressive for their time. In the 18th century, it was the norm for the piano to dominate in settings for keyboard and other instruments. Sonatas were for piano and violin, not the other way around. But in this set, Mozart made an effort to treat the instruments more as equals, giving both players a crack at the main themes. Performing the piece, we'll hear pianist Ye Kwon Sun-woo and violinist Benjamin Beilman. The second work on the program, Mozart's Quintet for Piano and Winds, often feels like a miniature concerto, with the piano taking the starring role and the wind instruments providing backup. The recording features Gilles von Sattel on piano, Stephen Taylor on oboe, David Schifrin on clarinet, Peter Kolke on bassoon, and William Purvis on the French horn. It is quite a lovely work, especially for the pianist. Mozart himself premiered the piece in 1784 and called it, in an oft-quoted letter to his father Leopold, the best thing I have written in my life. Mozart was not alone in finding it an especially fetching piece. About a dozen years later, another quintet appeared on the scene in Vienna, scored for the same instruments by a young admirer, Ludwig van Beethoven. As they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
My name is Ashley Kamhai. I'm the Executive Director and founder of the Arizona Sustainability Alliance. I want to welcome all of you to our annual sustainability celebration, Green Giving. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend your morning with us. I hope you were able to pick up your breakfast from Ecstasy. We're really excited to work with them this year. This year, obviously, is a little bit different than other years. We had really hoped to spend this amazing event with you in person, but obviously because of safety precautions, we decided to switch it over to a virtual event. That being said, we're excited for you to learn a lot about the work that AZSA is doing in the 5 different topics that we work on: sustainable food systems, urban forestry, renewable energy, conservation, and cities. I'd really like to take a moment to thank our sponsors: SRP, KBR, Fry's Food Stores, Snell and Wilmer, On Semiconductor, Prescott College, Green Resources, and Vitalist Health Foundation. Without you, we would not be able to put on this amazing event today. And thank you for everyone who's taking the time to attend. I really love the opportunity to have this event every year, not only to celebrate the amazing work that our volunteers are doing, but to really think about the impact that we're having on the community now and in the future. Throughout the next hour and a half, you'll get to learn about a variety of different projects and people that are part of the organization. In addition, we have a silent auction. The silent auction is open, and you can bid throughout the event. We'll be closing the silent auction about 30 minutes before the end of the event so that we can announce the winners at the end. In addition, there's a variety of different options for donating to AZSA. You can click on a puzzle piece or just a general donation. And lastly, I would like to introduce our volunteer highlight videos. We asked our volunteers to say something about AZSA, and here's what they said. I hope that you enjoyed today's event. Thank you.
I love that AZSA has a positive, lasting impact on the community.
I volunteered with AZSA because of its projects on renewable energy and its partnerships with cities in the Phoenix area.
AZSA inspires me to be engaged in my community.
I volunteer with AZSA to improve the future of Arizona.
AZSA inspires me for its passion and its bias for action.
I love that AZSA has such a huge network of volunteers, members of the community, just an amazing group of people all working together for the same goal.
I love that AZSA brings together people from all over the state who share the same passion for sustainability.
I volunteer to take a more active role in sustainability outside my home.
I volunteered for AZSA because I knew I could be doing more.
Hi everyone! This year I'm excited to present our 2nd annual Volunteer Awards. AZSA is unique because we are primarily run by volunteer staff, people that volunteer somewhere between 5 and 40 hours a week in our operations, marketing, project management, and so much more. Every one of our volunteer staff deserves an award, so I would first just like to thank all of our AZSA volunteers. We exist because of your willingness to volunteer and your commitment to making AZSA the wonderful organization that it is today. Just like last year, picking 2 volunteers to give an award to was no easy task. The awards are 3D printed and hand-painted sections of the Grand Canyon. None of the volunteers know that they are receiving the awards, so I hope that you enjoy the opportunity to learn a little bit more about the amazing work that they have been doing. So I wanted to present you with our annual Volunteer of the Year award.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to open it. I prepared a few words for you as well. So it's a little bit different than last year.
Yeah, I just bought my ticket for it, for the event.
Fantastic.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a little bit different. It's still the Grand Canyon that was hand painted, but we did a 3D printing so that it's something that you could have on your desk or somewhere else as opposed to being framed. So yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you.
I hope you will enjoy it and it will remind you of Arizona. Alrighty, here we go. So words cannot express how thankful we are for your time, dedication, and enthusiasm as a leader of the Adopt a Park program for so many years. It has been such a pleasure to work with you. Through your contribution, you have helped to ensure the continuance of parks in both Phoenix and Tempe. You have trained hundreds of youth about the importance of protecting their local environment. Both you and your now fiance gave up countless weekends to contribute to the greater good, and we at AZSA are so thankful. The Adopt a Park program has been an entry for so many AZSA volunteers into the organization. You developed and maintained an amazing relationship with the City of Phoenix Parks and Rec Department, which has led to so many new projects and ideas, such as the establishment of the Penny Howe Pollinator Garden and the amazing partnership with Casca. We're so thrilled that you've made a new life for yourself in New York, but it has been very hard to see you go. Thank you so much for your service to AZSA in Arizona.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet.
Thank you.
Things.
Well, I am super excited to present you with the AZSA Volunteer Award for the year.
Oh my goodness.
I prepared a few remarks for you.
Oh, this is so cute and like pandemic-y. Oh, I'm so
I will
happy.
do my best not to cry.
Oh.
So just a few things I want to say, nothing super long, but so I'm really excited to present you with the award for 2020 for Volunteer of the Year. You came into AZSA in its infancy and really took up the mantle running our Renewable Energy Party. Under your direction, the Renewable Energy Party went from being an idea to a reality. We all knew that AZSA needed to be creative and thoughtful in its approach to renewable energy. But it was your idea, renewable energy recreation, that put us on the path to where we are today. So I really remember how inspired you were telling us about the solar swings in Boston, their ability to not only excite people to think about energy in different ways, but also to garner a unique social media presence. So in addition to your ability to lead, you clearly have a keen eye for seeing potential in others. You recruited Noah to be part of the AZSA team, and as your co-lead, he has come such a long way since starting to work with you, and you have been just an amazing mentor to him. So I'm really proud of how far you have come as an independent and critical thinker, and as a leader. I'm so thankful for everything that you have contributed to AZSA.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yay! Now you gotta open it.
Can I open it? I'm so. Oh my goodness! I remember. Oh, these are so cool. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because it keeps saying my internet is unstable.
I hear you.
This is incredible.
So it's a little bit of a mix-up from last year. Last year they were framed, and this year it's something that you can put on your desk. So it is a 3D printed and hand-painted section of the Grand Canyon.
That is so cool. Oh my goodness, I love it. And I love that it's Arizona because I miss Arizona. So I'm like, oh, this is so cute.
It was most well-deserved.
Congratulations, ladies. You've contributed phenomenal efforts to help get AZSA where we are today. Your hard work and dedication to our many priorities, projects, and all of the behind-the-scene efforts has not gone unnoticed. Kelsey, you've done superb work on our conservation priority and leading the Adopt a Park program, which aids in preserving and protecting our parks and park ecosystems. And Lindsay, you've spearheaded multiple projects for our renewable energy priority, and you've done wonders at promoting sustainable energy in creative, innovative, and interactive ways. Incredible job, and once more, congratulations. My name is Ksenia Bobro. I'm the program manager with AZSA, and I'd like to introduce our next speakers, who are also our top sponsors, KBR, SRP, and Fry's Food Store.
Hello, my name is Tom Cooper, and I am the Director of Strategic Planning and Economic Development at Salt River Project, or SRP. SRP is a unique organization that has been vital to the development of the Phoenix metropolitan area since our founding in 1903. One of the nation's first federal reclamation projects and the largest raw water provider in the Phoenix metropolitan area, We deliver approximately 760,000 acre-feet of water annually and manage a 13,000 square mile watershed. We are the third largest not-for-profit public power utility in the U.S. with more than 1 million customers, and one of the first utilities to implement a comprehensive sustainability plan with a complete portfolio of goals. SRP has always been a community-based organization, and the sustainability goals are a reflection of our role in the Phoenix metropolitan area. We understand that decisions made by SRP have real community impacts. As an essential business that provides critical and indispensable resources, decisions we make not only affect our organization, they also affect the customers and communities we serve in tangible ways, from environmental impacts to the valley's economic vitality to how we are embedding sustainability deeper into SRP's culture. And given that sustainability is about all of us, SRP and the communities we serve, it is important that we openly and transparently communicate our vision for the future and what we are doing to shape it. It is also important that we partner with and support organizations who are driving sustainability forward through actions that make a difference. And the Arizona Sustainability Alliance is such an organization, and YSRP is pleased to help sponsor this year's sustainability celebration. We believe that the Arizona Sustainability Alliance fills an important need at driving change at the community level through tangible projects and meaningful advocacy, and we share the organization's concerns about the long-term health and well-being of our planet and generations to come. And on behalf of SRP, I would like to thank the Arizona Sustainability Alliance for their great work, and I'm very excited to participate in this year's sustainability celebration.
Hi everyone, my name is Pam Giannotti and I'm the Corporate Affairs Manager for Fry's Food Stores, a division of the Kroger family of stores. We are so excited to be a sponsor for this event and support the amazing work the Arizona Sustainability Alliance does in our communities. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share some of our work around creating equitable, affordable food access throughout Arizona. Fry's has 123 stores with 22,000 associates throughout Arizona, serving families and giving back to the community for 60 years. We've always been a leader in the fight against hunger in Arizona. However, about 3 years ago, we really elevated our game. Kroger launched Zero Hunger, Zero Waste, a bold social impact plan to address the fundamental absurdity that while 40% of the food produced in the United States is thrown away, we still have 1 in 8 people who are food insecure. Our goals for Zero Hunger, Zero Waste are many, but it all rose up to ending hunger in the communities we call home and eliminating waste, mainly food waste, across the enterprise. Today, I just want to share 3 areas that I think you'll find interesting. First is Food Rescue. Food Rescue is a program in all of our stores where we collect edible, nutritious food in all departments that otherwise would have gone to waste and put it aside for our local food bank partners to pick up. In 2019, we donated 2,140 tons of food, equaling 3.4 million meals. We also donate directly to food banks and feeding programs throughout Arizona. In 2019, we gave $1 million to these great programs. In total, in 2019, we provided 11 million meals to hungry Arizonans throughout the state. Pretty awesome, isn't it? The second area I'd like to share is about our food waste program. When food is not donatable, it is called food waste and is recycled. This might include food that is past the expiration date, is returned by the customer and is unsellable, the cut ends or peels of fruits and vegetables, along with a whole lot more. A typical grocery store produces about 8 tons of waste per week. About 35% of that waste is food material. Our associates place this food in specially marked bins, which are picked up by organics daily. They then deliver it to Stoltz Dairy to feed their herds. Last year, we diverted more than 4,300 tons of food through this program instead of filling up our landfills. Those who come behind us will appreciate our hard work. I know they will. The third area I'm excited to share is our grants program. We are constantly looking for creative and innovative partners who are tackling food insecurity. For example, we recently gave $50,000 to the Mullen Foundation to implement a comprehensive sustainability and nutrition-based curriculum for students at Garfield Elementary School in Phoenix. Here, children are taught the soil-to-table life cycle and how to grow nutritious food for themselves. We also gave $50,000 to the University of Arizona for 2 of their programs. One is a rooftop garden on top of the Student Union Memorial Center, which provides fresh produce to students. 2 is Compost Cats, which composts food waste from local businesses and turns it into nutrient-rich soil amendments. In addition, we granted $20,000 to the American Heart Association to support their Feed a Family community initiative. This program provides vouchers for fresh produce from local farmers, increasing the number of families receiving fresh food while supporting community gardens. While these are just a few of the projects we invested in this year as part of Zero Hunger, Zero Waste. If you'd like to hear more about all the great work we do at Kroger, visit sustainability.kroger.com. There you will learn about a $10 million innovation fund that Kroger is using to fund cutting-edge programs. Thank you again for having me. It is a pleasure to be here.
Good morning. I'm Ella Studer, KBR Senior Vice President and proud sponsor of AZSA, an organization that, like KBR, is committed to sustainability. As some of you may know, KBR's 28,000 employees provide comprehensive solutions with a focus on efficiency and safety to all of our customers. I lead KBR's Government Solutions Logistics Business Unit, which provides base life support operations, asset management, pre-positioned stock and operations maintenance support at customer locations around the world, including Arizona. KBR has several contracts and projects in Arizona that support performance-based logistics programs for the Air Force, Navy, Army, and provide global asset management and assurance services currently led by AZSA's advisory board member, Bill Zent. Until about a month ago, KBR had approximately 250 employees in Arizona. However, we are adding more than 500 employees in the Phoenix area to help produce the N95 respirator and surgical masks for the COVID-19 pandemic. All in all, our goals are the same as the Arizona Sustainability Alliance, which is why we are here today. KBR's Zero Harm program is the core of our company's values, includes multiple areas tied directly to the enhancement of environmental sustainability. And I would like to highlight a few. Efficient energy. KBR is working to measure, manage, and reduce energy consumption at its facilities to create more efficient workplaces. We also are working to obtain or maintain green energy certifications at our offices globally, such as being LEED certified in the U.S. Supplier partners. KBR's passion for sustainability and zero harm extends to the way we do business with our suppliers. Our commitment in doing what is right socially and environmentally guides the actions of our teams and employees to ensure sustainable supply chains throughout our business. Supporting environmentally friendly suppliers and local businesses sets a positive example and benefits our planet. And lastly, climate change. KBR is taking steps to develop and deploy clean, efficient technologies to help our customers reduce their environmental impacts. A portion of our philanthropic activities, including charitable giving and volunteering, is directed to organizations and projects that focus on global climate change and sustainability education. KBR also encourages employees to identify individual changes they can make at home and at work to help mitigate their impact on the environment. As you can see, KBR is committed to creating a more sustainable future for the planet, our people, our communities, and our business. We are proud to sponsor AZSA's second annual Sustainability Celebration and support Bill's service on the advisory board. KBR looks forward to helping you all continue to make a difference and staying connected to sustainability activities in the Phoenix area where we continue to grow. Thank you and have a great celebration.
Hi, I'm Sophie. I am the Urban Forestry Priority Lead here at Arizona Sustainability Alliance. First, I'd like to start by giving a big thank you to everyone who has donated or volunteered for us, but also an even bigger thank you to all of our sponsors. You guys help us, all of you help us give back to the community of Arizona, so we really appreciate all of you. We'll actually be showcasing some of the planting sites that we have done. We have the new School for the Arts at Academics in Tempe, Concord in Tempe, Granda Elementary School in Alhambra, and Apache Junction. Take it away, guys.
Hi, my name is Ashley Kamhai. I'm the Executive Director of the Arizona Sustainability Alliance. I'm at the new School for Arts and Academics in Tempe. This is actually the location of where we did our first tree planting. So you can see behind me these relatively large trees that we planted in April of 2018. We actually planted 19 trees to be able to increase the shade for students for when they're outside. Thanks for listening. We hope to see you at our next tree planting.
Hi everybody, my name is Aubrey and I am the board president for the Arizona Sustainability Alliance, and today I wanted to bring you out to one of our tree planting sites in Apache Junction where I live. This median that you can see behind me is part of Apache Trail, and this is part of the planting that we did in 2019. We planted 25 trees and a couple of hundred other smaller native plants, and as you can see, this is a really large median. There are lots of businesses on each side, and so this is a perfect area for planting, not only because there's a great opportunity to break up all of this pavement, some additional green space, but also because, as you can see behind me here, we have all of this lovely shaping and riprap that the city has done, and that is to control the stormwater drainage, and so the plants are really great to help with that as well. We did last year's planting in partnership with the City of Apache Junction and Rubicon, which is a veterans volunteer organization, as well as the AJ Community Development Corporation. And this year in 2020, we're going to do another planting, and it's going to be on another median, very similar to this one along the trail. We're going to do 15 trees this time. And we hope to continue this relationship with the city because we have a goal of trying to get all of the medians planted between here, which is Meridian and Apache Trail, and Apache Trail and Phelps Drive. That's a lot of medians, it's a lot of plants, so we're working together to do at least one project, one planting every year, get a little bit more of it done until we get the whole thing completed.
Hi, I'm Tim Taylor, Tempe Liaison for Arizona Sustainability Alliance. I'm here in North Tempe at our Concord tree planting site where we planted 27 trees. Increasing the tree canopy in Arizona is vital. Planting trees helps clean the air, provide shade, and reduce the heat island effect we have here. So thanks for watching, thanks for your support, and thanks for being involved.
Hey everyone, I'm Jessica Howard from Alhambra Elementary School District. I'm very happy to be here today with you and share the good news of our incredibly successful Shade Tree Initiative and planting event that we held in partnership with Arizona Sustainability Alliance. Over 30 native trees and over 40 smaller native plants and shrubs were planted at our Granada Elementary East and West campuses in the Alhambra district. We are very grateful to over 40 volunteers that joined us the morning of February 4th, earlier this year in 2020. We had a very successful planting event thanks to individuals from Arizona Sustainability Alliance, the Green Biz Conference, and Microsoft. The trees and shrubs that were planted that day are very valuable to our students and teachers and community because they replace some of the trees on our campuses that have been lost over the last couple of years. And they provide additional shade options on our campus for students, especially during recess and after school activities during some of the hottest months of the year when kids are outside and they want to play. And they also contribute to the overall beautification of our campuses, and the Granada schools really appreciate the donation of time and energy, and the trees and shrubs themselves. Thank you all for your support, and I hope you enjoy this little token of appreciation from our students.
Great looking trees. It's my love of beautiful Arizona and the great outdoors that got me involved in AZSA in the first place. My name is Cynthia Nesser and I serve on the board of directors. I am here to introduce Aubrey. She is an AZSA superstar and she is now serving as our chairman of the board. So without further ado, Aubrey.
Thank you, Cynthia, and thank you all for joining us this morning. As Cynthia said, I'm currently the board president for the Arizona Sustainability Alliance, and I'm also a founding member. I have been a general volunteer, the urban forestry priority leader, and the programs director before I became a board member and then later board president. And today I'd like to share a little bit with you about my story and why I'm so involved in AZSA and why I believe in this organization so much. Growing up, my father instilled in me the importance of environmental stewardship. Actually, he instilled a lot in me about how to be a good citizen and a good community member, but a large part of both of those things was taking care of the environment. The environment is where we live. It's where our resources come from, and it's the foundation for our entire society, so it's pretty important. And in order to protect the environment, I knew that I needed to learn about it. So I earned a bachelor's in environmental science, but it wasn't enough for me. I needed to know more about the structure of environmental protection, the laws and the policy. So I went to law school and I studied environmental law. But actually practicing environmental law was not an easy arena to break into. Eventually, my frustration with my own career path and with a general lack of action on really important issues like climate change drove me to do one small thing that really changed the course of my life. I found a sustainability group on Facebook and I reached out to the leader, Ashley Kamhai, our founder and executive director. I had no idea that that one action would lead to me helping build a nonprofit from the ground up. I just knew I needed to do something. I needed to take action. And that's why AZSA looks the way it does today. So many of us share that need to take action. We all come to this organization by different paths, but we all understand how important sustainability is, and we want to take action to make things more sustainable, environmentally, economically, and socially. This is why your donations to AZSA are so meaningful, because they support projects that have meaningful impacts in our communities. As we continue to grow, we continue to find new people to work with and new ways to bring sustainability solutions to a wide variety of social issues. For example, we are creating deeper relationships with veterans and the groups that support them. We have a lot of veterans that volunteer with us, so we have found wonderful opportunities to create new relationships in that space. And this year, we will be partnering with Habitat for Humanity and the U.S. Veterans Initiative to provide solar panels and new green spaces for 2 houses for female veterans that have been subject to sexual assault. This cross-sector collaboration is a wonderful way in which we get to help bring sustainability solutions to these organizations that are supporting these women. They provide a safe and sober living environment where the women receive treatment for trauma and substance abuse, and they receive work reentry counseling and assistance in receiving disability payments. We look forward to this project and continuing to build relationships with veterans groups. Another sector we're working to expand into is workforce development. We have always described ourselves as a training organization. With so many projects, we have a lot of volunteers and opportunities for them to gain experience in designing and implementing those projects. We have internally created different structures that are designed to help foster this within our organization. But now we're expanding on that idea and strategically expanding our work into workforce development that will have long-lasting impact on sustainability. For example, we know there is a need for conservation education, just generally,
But there's also a very specific need for more conservation training in the workforce in order to meet the needs of organizations like nonprofits and cities. Just think about all of the parks departments. That's a lot of people. So we're partnering with Rio Reimagined on a project that will develop the future leaders of conservation from the local communities. If you're not familiar with it, Rio Reimagined is a partnership between 8 Valley community stakeholders that work together along the Rio Salado corridor. Buckeye, Goodyear, Gila River Indian Community, Avondale, Phoenix, Tempe, the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian Community, and Mesa. And those communities work with a multitude of other stakeholders to restore and revitalize the Rio Salado, which was just declared a federal urban water by the EPA. Our project with Rio Reimagined will focus on the education of low-income high school students on conservation in partnership with the very employers that could use this educated workforce. This provides an entry point for these low-income students to participate in the rapid economic development going on in Arizona, but the economic development that's not often accessible to these types of students. In our work in renewable energy, we have also seen firsthand the need for workforce development in that sector. And luckily, we have a talented volunteer, Varun Thakkar, who knows just how to help with that. You're going to hear from Varun a little bit later in much more detail, but he's developing various tracks for energy training programs that will help contribute to a larger workforce for the development of clean energy, while again providing an entry point to that economic development for students from communities that have historically not been afforded that equity. There are some of our upcoming projects, and you'll hear about some more later. But not all of our impacts as an organization come through specific projects. As we continue to train leaders and grow our nonprofit, we're coming into our own leadership capacity as an organization. Because we believe so strongly in partnership, we have made a lot of connections, and we always do our best to connect our friends with each other. But lately, we've been asked to do more. We're asked to help identify who is not at the table but should be. We're asked to help identify who else is doing community work that different organizations can partner with. And we're being invited to have a voice at the table in larger sustainability conversations, including statewide sustainability planning conversations. This is a huge opportunity for us to have an impact beyond just our organization and our projects. So I've talked about why I donate my time, talent, and treasure to AZSA and the impacts we have that make me think that you should too. But why now? Why today? Well, we certainly live in interesting times. There's a lot of uncertainty, and there's a lot of things competing for our attention right now. There are a lot of things competing for our compassion right now. At a time when there are so many concerns in our minds and in our hearts, why donate to AZSA? Because sustainability is resiliency. Remember at the beginning of the pandemic when there were empty grocery store shelves and suddenly interest in backyard gardening and growing your own food skyrocketed? Well, let's just say our interest in robust local food systems will definitely outlast the pandemic. And while much of our work helps make communities more resilient, we have proven quite resilient ourselves. This year, I have seen how well prepared this organization is for uncertainty. In a year so difficult for so many, here we are. We've changed a lot over the last year, and here we are. And we're not going anywhere. This year is strange, to be sure, but there will always be unforeseen circumstances outside of our control. But I know this organization can handle them because we meet challenges with an undying spirit, a passion for action that has impact, and a skill for innovation and adaptation. As an organization, we are currently preparing a strategic plan for AZSA, and as we do, we are ensuring that all of the characteristics that have allowed us to create amazing projects and survive this year and see the incredible growth that we have seen remain. We want to keep those characteristics in place to keep this organization strong. And we're building a foundation for the organization to grow into the future and continue to flourish. I'm so proud of what we have accomplished so far, and I can't wait to see what we can accomplish in the future. But we need your help. Sustainability, and indeed all societal change, is created by both individual and collective actions. By contributing to AZSA, you are taking an individual action that directly contributes to collective action. And we have a lot of fun ways for you to do that today, and a lot of fun ways to track our progress together towards our fundraising goals. I'd like to draw your attention to the puzzle. As you see on the website, each donation of $250 fills in a piece of the puzzle on that picture. And if we can complete the picture on that puzzle today, we would reach our goal for fundraising for this event. I know I already purchased my puzzle piece, and I encourage you to do the same. But if a $250 donation isn't in the cards for you today, for whatever reason, you can make a donation of any size, or you can also participate in our silent auction. There's a lot of great items on there. There are gift cards and glasses and wine and jewelry and a mini Tesla for kids. Can you resist it? There's a lot of time to get those bids left in while you hear even more about AZSA and the amazing work that we're doing. So take some time, take a look at that auction, purchase a puzzle piece. Thank you all for attending our virtual fundraiser, and thank you for your generosity. I hope to see you all soon.
Aubrey, you are an inspiration. Thank you for all that you have done for AZSA. Hi everyone, my name is Kenda. I'm the Marketing and Communications Director for AZSA, and I'm here to announce that we are going to take a 5-minute break. So feel free to get up and use the restroom, and don't forget to bid on several of our items that you see on our hand bid site. And we will resume the event in 5 minutes. Thank you everyone.
Julia Colbert, and I'm the Education Manager. I'll be introducing our next speaker, Varun Thakkar. Varun was born and raised in Mumbai, India, and immigrated to Phoenix, Arizona when he was 15 years old. When he arrived in the United States, he enrolled in a magnet program for inner-city schools. His exposure to poverty and community development issues in different cultural settings inspired him to pursue a career in sustainable development and social entrepreneurship. And now Varun is one of our volunteers. Take it away, Varun.
Hey everyone, thanks for the introduction, Julia. As Julia mentioned, I work in the clean energy sector and actually just recently moved back to Arizona to work on our first large-scale electric vehicle infrastructure program. Pretty early into my journey back to Arizona, I was able to connect with Ashley and AZSA. And I just remember being very impressed by how quickly they had developed as an organization, and especially with their ability to attract and engage young people into projects focused on their community. Early on into that process, Ashley asked me to speak at this event. And I remember that giving me a little bit of pause, wondering about the credibility of the organization. But a few weeks into continuing to work with them, I realized that this was an organization I wanted to work with long term. So I'm here today to talk about my journey into working on sustainable development and also to tell you about the project that I'm really excited to work with AZSA on. So my journey is really defined by the two communities in which I grew up in. So I was born and raised in Mumbai in India until the age of 15. And then my family immigrated to Phoenix, Arizona, where I've spent about half my life. Growing up in Mumbai, I was fortunate enough to go to one of the best schools in the city and really get exposed to all of the variety of culture that you can experience when you're growing up in a metropolis like that. But as many people are well aware, growing up in India, you're also exposed to serious issues around environmental and social justice and a lack of equity. Growing up in India, the narrative that you often hear is that this is a developing world problem, and growing up at that time, it very much was the impression that I had that these issues were unique to the developing world and endemic to the developing world. But my journey to Phoenix, where, as Julia mentioned, early on I joined an inner city high school through a magnet program, was a really eye-opening journey. Everything kind of came full circle because a lot of the issues that I saw growing up in India, a lack of equity for people without resources, who weren't born into resources, and just huge disparities in terms of access and support structures. It reminded me a lot of what I saw in India, and it started to make me realize that these issues were not developing world issues. These issues were global issues. And if we wanted to solve any of the large-scale pressing problems that the world is facing, we really have to address these issues across the board. I started down that career path. I studied alternative energy and engineering at Arizona State University. And I started working in that sector. I've moved to a few places over the last few years and had the opportunity to learn and grow. But in the back of my mind, I always knew that I wanted to come back and work in the communities that I grew up in and help solve some of the issues and disparities that I observed growing up, and also ones that I knew that I was fortunate enough to avoid facing the brunt of. So that's what brings me to this project with AZSA that I'm really, really excited about. It's a clean energy workforce development program. And so the goal of the program is to address issues around environmental and social justice by providing vocational training to students from disadvantaged communities. And the three guiding principles of the program are, one that we can no longer really afford to let students from disadvantaged communities grow up without the skill sets and the support structures that they need to be successful as adults. Two, that for Arizona, that is really primed to be a leader in the clean energy field just because of the sheer access to solar power here. For it to realize that potential, we need to develop local talent and young leaders. And three, that for us to be able to solve problems around environmental and social justice, we really need to empower people from the communities that are most disparately affected by those issues, because they're the ones best situated with the understanding and perspective to create sustainable solutions to these problems. In Arizona, we've struggled historically to provide good funding for our education system, and this is particularly true for inner city neighborhoods. I think most people understand the consequences of that, and I can just provide some personal perspective that really ignited my passion for this issue. When I immigrated here, as a young man who really looked probably a lot more like the members of the community in that inner city school district that I was attending in people's minds than, if they knew my background. I got to experience firsthand a lot of the biases and misunderstandings that people have about people from those communities. And just being a teenager and a man of color in the inner city, you can really be faced with a lot of obstacles and a lot of ill treatment from adults that you feel or that you know that should be looking out for your best interests, but instead the odds are kind of stacked against you. So I remember getting in trouble once, as people often do as teenagers, and my counselor telling my mother that I was just a troublemaker and that I would never succeed as an adult, and that she should never even bother sending me to college. And I grew up going to one of the best schools in Mumbai, and had a really strong skill set that I was fortunate enough to get by attending that school, and a really great support structure. And those were the things that someone like me was facing. But I knew that I had the ability to move past those just because of the privileges that I was born into. But I also observed that a lot of people who actually grew up in that community, just like people who grew up in less fortunate circumstances in Mumbai, don't have those resources and skill sets to be resilient when they face things like that. So that's what ignited my passion to work on these issues. But like I mentioned, this is really just a tremendous opportunity for Arizona to realize its potential as a leader in this field, and to grow its economy for everyone. So, in my eyes, this is just a win-win opportunity for Arizona. It just makes all the sense in the world. And we're so fortunate that within a few weeks of coming up with this idea, Microsoft has already come on board as a primary sponsor for the pilot phase of the program. So, I've just observed over the last few years that for all the problems that people feel there aren't solutions to, that are too big to solve. There's amazing people out there working to solve these problems and creating real solutions to help make the world a better place. And I truly believe that AZSA is a force in Arizona that's going to be working on these kinds of projects and creating these kinds of solutions that truly help make the world a better place. So I just invite you all to continue to participate and support the organization, and feel humbled and grateful to be able to be a part of it. Thanks.
Thank you, Varun. That is an incredible story. What an inspiration, really. Hi, everyone. My name is Hope, and I'm the project coordinator for our conservation team. We have Park Manager Josh and Park Ranger Greg at the Penny Ho Trail up next. Penny H. Ho Barrier-Free Trail is located in the North Mountain District of Phoenix Mountain Preserve. All right, take it away, guys.
Hello, my name is Josh Parnell, and I'm the Park Manager with the City of Phoenix Parks Department. And one of the areas I have here is the North Mountain Park.
My name is Greg Jones. I'm a park ranger in the north area for the City of Phoenix. And what I do as part of my job is to maintain all the different facilities.
So first of all, I want to thank and give my appreciation for the Sustainability Alliance and all the work that they've done here in North Mountain Park over the last few years. One of which specifically is where we are right now, and that is the Penny Howell Trail. The Penny Howell Trail is a barrier-free trail. That means it's a trail available for all people to use regardless of their abilities. There's no barriers to keep anyone from using it. And so specifically where we are is a pollinator garden. Through the partnership with the Sustainability Alliance, we were able to plant over 170 plants here, all with the idea of attracting hummingbirds and butterflies and different birds to the area that will just help pollinate and spread the pollination throughout the desert. So in a minute, Greg's going to talk about some of the plants we specifically put in, but I want to talk about the partnership. Through the work of the Sustainability Alliance, we were able to not only get donated materials and grant funding that paid for this project, but also ongoing support through volunteers. The Sustainability Alliance, up to the beginning of the COVID, had been here almost monthly, if not every other month, doing extended projects, not just here in the Penny Howell Trail, but have done invasive plant removal, have done some basic trail maintenance, and have been a fantastic partner that allowed this park to serve the over 10,000 people that come here each week. So for that, I am deeply thankful and appreciate all of the work that the Sustainability Alliance is doing. Now, specifically, let's talk a little bit more about, here we are at Penny Howell Trail.
Okay. One point is that it is barrier-free. And this area is being rejuvenated to bring it back to its heydays again. And this is one of the phases in moving forward. And it's an important phase because these plants and trees, as they grow, will start providing shade, which people with disabilities actually need more of than an able-bodied person. So this will help them utilize the area longer during any season. Some of the plants, like Josh said, all of these are based on attracting different species, especially the pollinators. So we're talking the hummingbirds and the butterflies. And it's important because what we're doing here actually creates an island that the migrating butterflies and hummingbirds can come to and have a respite along the way. Because in the city, there's not many places like this where they can actually stop, take a break, get some food, and chill out for a little while before they continue on. Because the hummingbirds and the butterflies are very much migrators. And so this area does that. I would have to say in the last month, every day that I'm out here working, I have seen the hummingbirds. We have other birds that are attracted here. We have put in 2 water catchments into the area, which allows the native creatures of all to come in and get a drink and hopefully not eat the irrigation. So that was kind of an offering to them, if you will. But in this, some of the particulars, there's over 600 feet of 1-inch water line. There's over 60 6-port heads. We have 3 valves. I mean, there's a lot to this. And what we're trying to do is eventually the water will be weaned off or shut off. But what we need to do is we're trying to get them established before we do that. And right now with the weather doing what it's doing, the hottest summer we've ever had, this is helping them. And as you can tell, a lot of them are really doing well. And that's what we want. We want them to root well and get in. So through everyone's help, I can't tell you how many volunteers from all the different organizations have been out helping us do this. It was almost solid rock, so it was quite a challenge to do it. But now that it's done, I think it's fabulous. And now we can start working forward to make it even better. You know, this is the one phase, and then we can move into another phase and then go from there. And we have a lot of different species here, from mesquite to milkweed for the monarch butterflies, and let's see, tuberosa. We've got probably 25 different plants here that we brought in, trees or brush. And the important thing too is we actually worked with the botanical garden to get a list of the natural flora that's in this park. So we brought nothing in that did not belong here. And so it's a win-win for the park and for everyone that's going to come and visit it.
So again, thank you very much for your support and for your partnership. It's resulted in a lot of things that we would never been able to do individually. So kudos to partnership and kudos to the Sustainability Alliance.
Thank you, Josh and Greg. I'm so happy to hear that several pollinators have been visiting the garden. Up next, we have Andrea, who is our city liaison for Goodyear.
Thanks, Kenda. Hi, my name is Andrea Noziglia, and I'm the city liaison for Goodyear. The city liaisons have a unique role in AZSA. They act as the connector between our AZSA priorities: sustainable food systems, urban forestry, renewable energy, conservation, and the city staff across the Phoenix metropolitan area. We currently have 9 city liaisons in Phoenix, Mesa, Tempe, Apache Junction, Glendale, Gilbert, Chandler, Peoria, and Goodyear. We're also really excited to have the addition of a city's intern who will be researching the history of sustainability across all the cities in the Phoenix area and to better understand how and why sustainability became a priority for each of the cities and how that's changed over time. Thanks to the help of our city liaison, Joy, we recently adopted the Gilbert riparian area into our Adopt a Park program. And Bill, who is our city liaison for Apache Junction, is supporting the city to help it become part of Tree City USA. We're excited to expand our city liaisons to new cities in 2021. For our next speaker, we have Tirsa Safel, who is our food systems priority lead, and she'll be speaking about food computers.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Tirsa, and I'm the food systems priority lead for the Arizona Sustainability Alliance. So I've been with AZSA for almost 3 years now, and over that time I've had the chance to start some pretty cool projects with the food systems priority, including Food Tech for the Future Growing Digital Farmers, which is Arizona's very first K-12 food computer program. So if you don't already know, a food computer is a digital greenhouse connected to a Raspberry Pi or computer system where you can monitor and manipulate plant growth variables by programming the computer. So for instance, if you have two computers, you can set them at different lighting or temperature settings and then compare how the same plants grow in each one. Um, so this is really cool because we can learn how food grows best, right? Which can help us create more sustainable systems around our food production and agriculture. And so we found this project, or we found food computer technology in 2018 and thought it would be such a cool project to get high school students involved in both STEM and agriculture. So in 2018, we entered a Microsoft pitch off at ASU and won, which helped us which helped us pilot the program at Glendale High School in the spring of 2019. So during that time, we worked with the Glendale High School Science Club to build two computers, and we also worked outside of that with AZSA volunteers to build a pilot computer for our own use to better understand the technology. So during the pilot project, we really learned a lot about how students relate to food computer technology, and we thought they were all going to be just so excited about the coding and programming aspect of it, but in fact they really liked learning how to grow food and learning how plants grow and researching, measuring the plants, and taste testing, of course. So I'm going to pause here for a minute and show you a brief video that we made with Glendale High School students during this 2019 pilot.
The Arizona Sustainability Alliance is doing the Food Tech for the Future Growing Digital Farmers project at Glendale High School. And this is a pilot project that was funded by Microsoft and Net Impact for the spring 2019 semester. The Arizona Sustainability Alliance formed a tech team to help build the computers. So the tech team built one computer by themselves in early February, and then we brought that computer into Glendale High School so the students were able to see it, and then we could have the students start building their own computer based on that model. This is the first food computer program in Arizona, so we needed somebody who was just, or a school that was just flexible and willing to experiment with a new technology.
Well, I was excited about the food computer because they told me that we're not using soil to grow the plants, we're just gonna grow them with water and the nutrients we give them.
Before I started, I didn't know what a food computer was, but the first thing that came to mind was the movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, because I used the food computer to make food come out the sky, but in reality, it was actually very different.
A food computer is kind of like it's a box, and with the box, you create a control environment for plants. You can monitor the light it gets, the amount of air it gets, the pH of the water. And since it's a controlled environment, you could test experiences to figure out how to help plants grow better.
We tried growing kale, we grown Swiss chard, that's the most successful. And then we have basil. And I think we tried growing mustard.
It has a taste, and since it's right from where it started, it tastes that taste but like ×2. And then depending on the pH level, it tastes more sour or more sweeter. And then it's definitely different than the supermarkets because that food, even though it might not seem like it, it takes forever to get there in the first place, so it's already gonna have a different taste. And knowing that it takes forever to get there kind of leaves me wondering, like, how does that food even taste in the first place, like when it grows normally? And through this experience, I know that it would taste even better and the taster would be even more stronger.
It's been really interesting just watching the project progress and seeing how some of the students have been getting really involved and getting interested in growing their own food.
Awesome. Yeah, so as you can see, food computer technology is a really new concept for everybody. But we're so excited that since this time last year, we've made so much progress, including partnering with Mars Farm, who last year helped to provide software for all of the food computers, but this year we'll be providing food computer kits which have instructions for the students that'll make it a lot simpler. So the Mars Farm computer kits are pretty similar to the MVP models that we were building last year, but they do have some advanced capabilities and look a little prettier. So along with the new kits, Mars Farm is also helping with applications that will allow students to remotely monitor plants from afar, which will really support virtual learning as a lot of students are learning from home. So students will be able to remotely monitor plants and make observations to share with the rest of the class. We'll also be holding collaborative workshops among the 7 schools. So this will give a chance for the students of all ages to connect, share their experiences, and also create pathways for mentorship among the older and younger students that will really support STEM learning for all ages. So we are so excited for how far this program has come in just over a year, and we are so excited to see where it goes. So thank you so much for taking a little more time to hear about the work we've been doing in food tech. All right, take it from here, Noah.
Thank you, Tirsa. You and your team have been doing incredible work on the food computers, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds there. Hi, everybody. My name is Noah Pazewski, and I am one of the co-leads for our renewable energy priority here at Arizona Sustainability Alliance, and I'm super excited today to tell you about an ongoing project we have at Maya's Farm, a small local farm in South Phoenix. Currently, Maya's Farm is not connected to the grid, so the owner, Maya Daly, currently uses gas generators to meet all of her energy needs. Our energy team, as well as a team of volunteer engineers, have won a grant through the HDR Foundation that has enabled us to create a design for a solar panel installation coupled with a battery storage system to be installed in the coming months on the farm. Not only will this system alleviate Maya's carbon emissions along with her fuel costs, it will also increase her energy capacity, meaning she's actually able to use more electricity on the farm. It's been wonderful to see the outpouring of community support that people have been willing to assist with the project, and our hope is to use this project as a model, or at least as some type of guide for how clean energy can benefit local agriculture. To further this point, we're actually creating a documentary alongside the project that will highlight the progress of the project, as well as interviews of other local farmers in the community to establish that this is not an issue that Maya faces alone, and it's something that exists and is a reality for a lot of local farmers. So we want to use our project as a potential solution to this problem. Now we're going to show everybody a preview of the documentary that Tony and the production team have been working really hard on. We're really excited for this, so please enjoy.
Power. Food is power. And the knowledge about how to eat well is health. Food is about environmental health because you're creating systems that house the natural world in a way that bring nature back to the earth.
We are each other's keepers, and we're also the keepers of this planet that provides so much for us. And it is our job to take care of each other when we are not able to and when we need it the most.
If we can start with kids, and really teach them the value of food, teach them how to be excited about growing food and buying local food, well, then they'll carry on those habits as adults.
Feeding each other is very important other than relying on a bigger system to feed us.
Grow your own. Try to get out and get your fingers back into the earth.
You put in 100 plants in the ground and only 3 of them survive. So what? You got 3 good, healthy plants that are producing some food for you. Don't give up.
Support your farmers. Eat well. Respect the environment. There's a handful of things. And they all are linked together through food. So food goes back to being a universal language. It can heal our bodies, it can heal our environment, it can bring our communities back together. I think that food and farms and have the ability to unite us in a way that we need to be united again. It's big stuff. So small farms can heal.
that was such an awesome look into the documentary for Maya's Farm. I'm really excited to view it when it's all completed. It should be done in early 2021.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. I've been really working close with Tony and his team on this documentary. They've worked so hard, and so I'm really excited to see the full film. And that preview was just, it really tugged at your emotions, and so I'm really excited.
Beautiful. Yeah, we can't wait to see that early next year. Definitely check back with us so you can see the entire documentary. So my name is Taylor Lessline. I am the Fundraising Events Manager for AZSA. I just wanted to give a quick thank you to everyone who bid on all the auction items and just go over a few of the top items. We definitely saw some bidding wars, so that was really exciting. Thank you guys for bidding on all the items. So a couple top items here. The pop-up fire pit winner is Michael Wang. Thank you so much. Congratulations. So exciting to watch those bids back and forth. Another popular one was the Oso Brewery Basket. Winner of that one was Bill Donato. Congratulations, Bill. Very exciting. Another one was the Williams Celium Wine Trio. Winner of that one is Bill Zint. Congratulations, Bill. Starbucks gift basket, that goes to Sarah Fitzgerald. Congratulations, Sarah. That one was a popular one as well. We have another wine trio, which is the Patlin Wine Trio, and the winner of that is Bruce Weber. Thank you so much for your bids. And then the Arts and Culture package, winner is Chris Sigurdson. I apologize if I'm saying your name wrong, but congratulations, Chris. There's a lot of other items too people won. Definitely keep a lookout for an email from us. We'll let you know instructions and how to claim your prize and how you'll get it and all that stuff. So definitely keep an eye out in the next day or two for an email. We'll make sure everyone gets the items they won. So thank you guys very much for all the bids.
Yay, thank you guys.
Congrats.
All right, and we'll have Ashley end us our event.
Hi everyone. I hope you enjoyed listening to all of our amazing staff, board, advisory board, and volunteers talk about the work that they've been doing over the past year and the things that we have to look forward to in 2021. Definitely want to kind of give a shout out. Clearly, we started the virtual event at an amazing kind of historical time in our country, and we're very excited about that. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time to listen and learn, participate, and bid. We were able to raise a little bit under $26,000, and we are going to be kind of continuing doing fundraising over the next few weeks, going into Giving Tuesday and end of the year giving. So we hope that you will continue to support the Arizona Sustainability Alliance. And I just want to give a special thanks to our absolutely incredible team. You would be amazed at how many people it takes to put together something like this. So a special thank you to Michelle, Kenda, clearly, Taylor, who are both here with me today, Amanda, Mackenzie, and Megan. This event really would not be possible without you. So thank you so much for your time, your energy, and ideas. And we look forward to seeing all of you in person soon. We hope that you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks.